Welcome to the Movement and Performance Podcast. My mission is to help people get stronger and healthier through the power of movement, especially here in New York City. In this episode, we take a deep dive into Wing Chun with Master Samuel Kwok. Together, we explore its history, philosophy, and practical application. From its origins to technical secrets, we break down what makes Wing Chun unique. Throughout the episode, Kwok offers several live demonstrations. If you notice, the audio slightly fades in these brief moments as he leans away from the mic to demonstrate the technique. While I didn't anticipate live demos, as you could imagine, there's no way I was going to miss the opportunity to capture his skills live. With that said, you may want to switch over to video for certain parts of the episode to fully appreciate what's being shown. Without further ado, let's get right into it. All right. Sifu, it is a tremendous honor to have you on my podcast. I appreciate the humility. I know you are the best in the world. You know, I walk through the casino with you. I walk 2 steps and people stop and want to get you. You know, so the fact that you came, did this for me, I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about Wing Chun. What makes it different from other martial arts?
Now, Wing Chun in a Chinese martial art, there are many styles and, you know, and long history. But Wing Chun is the shortest, 350 years to 400 years in history. But now it became the most popular, one of the most popular martial art in the world. You know, everywhere you can find, you know, people from Fiji Island call me, hey, come and teach me. And, yeah, because, and the story about it, you know, and according to the history, is invented by a woman. So, invented by a nun called Mui, okay, from the Shaolin Temple. So, Mui taught a girl called Ip Wing Chun. And later she put beat the warlord. And then later she passed on. It was not her who teach the style. It was her husband, Leung Bok To.
Did he learn it from her, though? It started from a woman?
He learned it from her, and he teach
Wow.
the style.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then he named Wing Chun. Wing Chun is everlasting spring. So it's a, you know, woman's name.
So when I think about, you know, maybe compared to karate, what is Wing Chun and karate? What are some differences, or like what makes Wing Chun unique?
Okay. The punches come from here. Karate and the Shaolin, most styles. Wing Chun come from here. So it's a lot quicker. And the theory is between 2 points, the straight line is the fastest. And using soft defeat hard. So you don't have to, more clash, you know. So
do you think that Wing Chun has an appreciation for that soft side? Is that a big staple of what makes Wing Chun what it is?
The main theory is not force against force.
Say again?
Not force against force.
Oh, not force against force. Yeah. Right. So redirecting.
Yeah. So you seen me in the demo I have Rhino, this karate gun, is 300 pounds. And I have the world's strongest man, number 5 in the world, was in England. England, number 1. He is 300 something pounds. He's passed away now. But
oh, okay.
And then,
I'm thinking of...
I stand in the stand. He couldn't push me. Couldn't move me. You see? So it's the relaxation. So, for example, now you're sitting next to me, so we can say, if you punch me, and then I do punch here, and then I just do this. because we're sitting down. So by doing this, you see that, I will direct you. And now, at the same time, I will hit you there. This is how quick. And it's between, the straight line is the faster because I can hit you very close distance. And give you lots of energy.
Is it the block and the strike happen simultaneously?
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit different from is, so if the punch come and we go thunder, yeah, we go pata. So always control one of the hands of the opponent. So you already redirect the punch, and now there. And then you seen in the movie with the Ip Man and Donnie Young, we use a lot of chain punches.
Yep.
So in close range, it's like we call it machine gun punching.
Machine gun. That's funny
so
you
we
say
can
that.
punch in 8.5 seconds, 8.5 punches in 1 second.
Wow, 8.5 punches, 1 second.
Yeah. So you know the Bruce Lee, the famous punch in Enter the Dragon. This is a Bruce Lee punch.
You still move well.
So you have no time to blink. There.
I had one sensei, he said, blink and you die in the dark.
You have no time to blink. You're already on time.
Right. Yeah,
Very fast. You got your relaxation to that.
Yeah.
You tense and then you punch. It's
Right.
different.
Yeah, I love the appreciation. You know, a lot of sports and fitness and things today is, very go hard.
It's
And I think there's no
very
appreciation for
economic.
that. Yeah.
So you don't have to be big and strong to learn Wing Chun.
And it sounds like actually very balanced now that I'm thinking about it and watching you move. But, I used that yin yang analogy before, but it sounds like you're almost using the yin and the yang because you're still attacking, right? You're still moving in at some point, but it seems like it's very balanced, that like flow of the two. So
So economical movement.
economical movement.
We don't do big movement like this, and because it's based on the center line.
So
if you punch me,
yeah.
say you punch me, and I turn a little bit. See that? And now we talk about the center line. Before the center line is like this. Between these two, yeah. Say the nose. Yeah.
Nose to nose.
Yeah. So when you punch me, you can also hit me. You can kick me. But when you punch me now, I turn a little bit. I'm actually controlling the whole body, and then I will bring you in, and that's how we borrow the energy. The force.
So are you coming off of the center line, or are you?
No, the center line. You see, most people
Yeah.
think it's always like that, but the center line change all the time in the fighting.
We'll pull this.
So yeah.
There you go.
So the center line changes all the time
Yeah.
in the real fighting. Okay, so when you punch, and I turn a little bit, where's your center line? You haven't got one.
Or that here. Yeah.
So you're according to your own center line. So my center line, that is the center line. Yeah. But your opponent don't have a center line no more. Yeah. So most of the people, they misunderstand Wing Chun.
So are there any other
But also, it's a close-in fighting.
close fight?
Close-in fighting. We go in and we control the arms and,
So if I'm hearing it right, it sounds like efficient movement. The hands are closer, straight attack, center lines. A lot of
So one of the main principles is the elbow in. Elbow. We never elbow out. Now you're wide open. So if I'm here, see, actually it's very difficult to hit me with my hands here. Because
it's just a guard.
when you punch, and then I'll do this, I'll do this, and I'll do this. This is called jump. Then bring you down. You punch me, and then your eyes go on.
So you're pulling them down and in.
Yeah, borrow the energy, so your whole body falling into and you're coming forward.
I like they said borrow the energy. Interesting. Yeah. So the movie Ip Man, do you think it was accurate to displaying Wing Chun
So actually the Ip Man, the first movie, was done by, I sent my student to Hong Kong. I'm actually coaching him every night, and then Samuel Hung, he is a friend of mine, and he already, knows about I was doing Wing Chun and everything. So he asked my student, he was teaching all the people there. Who's your teacher? Who's your teacher? He says, Samuel Kwok. And Samuel said, Samuel Kwok, I know him. So he approved. And we did all the fights. And so you see a lot of techniques is what I show you.
So you think the movie was accurate with the technique?
The movie is...
Still a movie, but...
the movie is very, very good.
Yeah.
We did enough techniques, but later they should have done more. But
yeah, Ip Man is probably... There's two favorite movies I have, Gladiator and Ip Man. Ip Man is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, have you seen Ip Man 3?
I saw all of them, yeah. But Ip Man 1 was, I thought, the best.
Yeah, Ip Man 1 is the best. Afterwards, they asked me to be the technical. But
And?
I couldn't leave my job. I was still working in the hospital.
I see.
You see? And 1.5 months away from my job. I said, don't bother to come back. So I will lose my job. So I sent my student there.
And most people, a good amount of people tuning in will know who Ip Man is, because a lot of people who follow also are martial artists. But there'll be some people that have no idea. Can you just tell the audience who Ip Man was?
Ip Man is come from a very rich. His family was very rich, so he don't have to work at all at the beginning. Yeah, so he just, and when he was about 8 years old, and then his father took him to learn from Chan Wah Shun. So he's one of the very famous teachers. Ip Man is, he taught Bruce Lee in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But he's very famous in Fushan with his Wing Chun already. And later he came to Hong Kong and he studied with the great grandmaster Leung Jan's son. So, and then...
And what style are there different styles of Wing Chun, and what is his
Oh, there
style?
are many styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the style is closest to the Mui, the Nang. Yeah.
So the style that you do now is called
It's Ip Man Wing Chun.
Ip Man Wing Chun. And you're the head sensei, correct?
Well,
Or
outside Hong Kong, yeah.
outside of Hong Kong. I see. And where are you based now? UK, right?
Yeah, UK, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think, I was going to say
I
before.
think Ip Man is famous in Fushan for his fighting. Yeah? And also, Bruce Lee make famous because we Bruce Lee do Wing Chun. So more people, of course, all over the world now know Ip Man. Because of
Did
Bruce.
when he was studying, do you think that, was it, sometimes when I think the martial arts, I think about also character building and making yourself a better person. Was Wing Chun used for self-development, or do you think it was created for combat? Was it created,
Yeah.
which was the higher priority?
Yeah, Wing Chun is a very aggressive style.
So it's combat.
Yeah, but we have a code of conduct. And from the Grandmaster Ip Man, we have a code of conduct. It's the art is best not to fight. The art of fighting is not fighting. Yeah? If you can avoid it, you avoid it. Because if you're going to fight, you guarantee not to get hurt is impossible. So you will get hurt as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in traditional Chinese Kung Fu, the most important philosophy is peace. In the martial art, the word we call Mo Wu. Yeah, it's got make up of two characters. It's the fighting, and there's a stop.
Oh, stop fighting.
Yeah, that is a Mo Wu. Means if you can avoid, don't fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved, when I watched the movie, this one of the things I loved so much when I was a kid was the way he also carried himself.
Taught us to Yan, tolerance.
Say that again. What was that?
Yan,
Word? Yeah.
Yan is tolerance.
Yeah, tolerance. Is
Tolerance,
that the word?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, all throughout the movie, he's very relaxed.
Very calm,
A threat
yeah.
comes his way, it's almost like he's like sipping tea. Oh, no big deal.
Yeah, because it's relaxation, so it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the way that he carried himself, but still had the ability to, they say like a warrior in a garden, right? Or I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war. I don't know if you've heard that one, but, he's dangerous, but also very peaceful. And it's a good balance.
Yeah, it's the same as me. I'm a very nice guy, but
Oh, very nice. But you're dangerous. That was a very subtle way of saying it.
can
Yeah.
be dangerous.
Yes. So something else I noticed with Wing Chun is if I'm not mistaken, there's no sport, right? Version. There's no like sparring, like sport karate.
Okay, let me tell you something about Wing Chun. What is the benefit of Wing Chun is health. My grandmaster lived until 79 and 84. My other teacher, he passed away. But Grandmaster Ip Chun is 102 this year.
Wow.
Yeah. In a couple of years ago, a few years ago, he was still teaching. 102.
Wow.
And I'm 78.
Yeah.
Because it's the way we train is the breathing. When you breathe, we don't go, we natural breathing. So in through your nose, past your throat, your chest, into the lower abdomen, and then out again. That's the same as called Qigong, same breathing. So you when you do breathing like this all the time, I do it all the time. And it lower your blood pressure, improve your circulation, and keep you very calm in situation. That's why you look at what you say. That's the portrait of the Ip Man.
Yeah, I actually asked that question almost with that intention to get to that point that I think not all martial arts, you see sport karate. And I think one of the things they said was there was a lot of people back in the day who I think would fight and say, we want sport karate, we don't want sport karate. And the people who said no said, if we do sport, you lose so many other things because now you're going to just cater to the sport, And I think a good thing about Wing Chun is that it doesn't have, it's like more of a way of life, or it's a system of defense.
Okay, Wing Chun is for survival.
Survival.
Yeah. So because it is invented by a woman, so
I love that it was
and
invented
Ip
by a woman.
Man, Grandmaster Ip Man is only 5'1". I will tell you a little bit about the secret. Yeah, my Sifu said to me, like, secret is when you don't know. So so a lot of people they don't know about the secret of this. So if you put your hand there like that, now you do this, Tan Sao, Wu Sao, and then you come back. You see? So how do you feel? Nothing. Yeah? But when you do karate, it's dynamic tension. Yeah? And the last moment snap. Yeah? So how are you going to develop the power? So this mic here You see,
Strong.
this is all Wing Chun. No weights. This is Wing Chun.
Still jacked.
Yeah. Training correctly. But most people don't know it's here. Okay? Say you put your hand, and you put hand like that. And you tense. Oh, very good. You see the muscles there. It's very good. Most people do Wing Chun. It's soft. You feel mine here. Yeah?
Yeah. Tense. Very tense.
Solid.
Yes.
Yeah?
Like a rock.
And then you see the hand when I do this. You see the muscle there. Yeah?
Are you tensing or no? Relaxed.
I'm focusing
Focusing.
on the point. So now I've showed you. Okay. That's the secret there. Okay. Now you're gonna follow me,
Okay.
and you're gonna lock your thumb. Lock your thumb. So your thumb, bring it in a little bit. Not too much. No. Okay. And now I want you to just put your hand and focus your mind on the thumb. So your thumb is locking, like pressing backwards. Now you just stay there. And now you feel the tension building up, going under,
Yeah.
and then go to the back of the elbow
Yeah.
and start moving. You see? And Ip Man, Grandmaster Ip Man, do this. It takes 2.5 minutes from here to here. So when you're here, it's 1 fist distance. We don't go all the way because here the elbow is always protecting. You never seen. Yeah. So we come up to here now, and now we bring it back in circle into the wu shao, the palm. Okay? Now you knock the thumb. Okay. Focus on the thumb. Don't just move. Move, you will just do that. You stay there and lock your thumb and wait. See the tension there? And I'm very impressive now.
Thank you.
You feel that?
Yeah.
It's like coming back. So like
I
somebody
feel it, though.
stopping you.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody stopping you. Or you're doing this. And pulling back. Yeah? Slow, huh? Very slow. And then you go to this position. And now you don't tense. Okay? You focus on here. Imagine there's a lot of pressure here, like somebody stopping you coming out. Now you keep thinking about the tension there. And now you feel the tension go under the elbow and start moving you slowly. You feel tired, very tiring.
Yeah. I feel it definitely.
That's how we train. In the first form, Siu Lim Tao is called. Yeah? And we do this, and everybody do it like this, that fast. Yeah? So how are you going to train the power? But also, they also relax. They say, you must relax, like Tai Chi. But it's not Tai Chi. This is like karate, the Samjin. The Samjin.
Yeah. People get confused.
Yeah,
I think.
it's the dynamic tension training for the muscle.
You said like, did I hear you say that? You said Sanchin?
Sanjin, yeah.
Right? Yes,
Yeah.
I know dynamic
Oh,
tension,
yeah,
kata.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Everything. We used to, they'd whack your legs and you.
Yeah, so
very
you
dynamic.
develop all these muscles here.
Yeah.
And when you punch, it's relaxation, total relaxation, like a wet towel at the end. Even the punch.
I love it.
This is Kung Fu. This is dancing. This is dancing. What you see before is dancing. You do that with me. Like this. Now, you put your hand, so your hand is here. Probably because you turn a little bit that way.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Maybe, okay, now we know. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
So now your hand's here.
Yeah.
And now, same time. Yeah. So now you're going to.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm doing my Siu Lim Tao now.
Yeah. I feel.
See? That's called Gong Lick.
Yes.
Gong Lick It's the result of hard work. So it's like, doing a craft of beautiful, it's in the ice crafting and things like that. And that takes a long time. So a long time we train, and then we have to develop the power and energy.
So a lot of the power is the dynamic tension.
Yeah, you see the difference now.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
You talk to people Wing Chun, you say, oh, how you do this part? You say, oh, it's relaxation, total relax. In 100,000 years, you have no power.
Right.
You have no energy.
Right.
Because this power, there, you see Bruce Lee.
Right.
This is the same.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic tension. Boom. It's a Chinese Kung Fu. You feel that. Ging, there's a difference in Kung Fu. Is and same as karate. It's the Ging. What is Ging? What is strength? What are the different? Strength, you see, weightlifter will lift 250 kilo, 100 kilo, no problem. Yeah? But the power is trapped on the back. Shoulders, you see? And they can't get the power to here. We martial artists, because we are relaxation. And then they'll snap like a...
At the end.
Yeah, at the end. And that is do the damage, because it go inside into the internal injury.
It's almost like you said, I think you said it before, like whipping the
We
towel.
call it farting. Farting. So, yeah. So, sometimes, some style called tone bacon, and they do this. You know, same as we do it, I like iron palm. It's total relaxed. Like when you train, it's like something dropping from 10-story high. And when you contact and stay your hand there, but the power go through to the ground. So imagine you get hit by this, it can kill you.
They radiate.
Because that's the bigger coconut. Karate is the...
Yeah, I like it.
But most people do it wrong because they're tensing up already and then to the...
And it's only the end.
I'm relaxed and do it.
Well,
That's a different... That's Chinese Kung Fu.
yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll get you a new table.
It's iron.
Iron. No, this is iron. You're iron.
So it's last relaxation, only the moment of Wing Chun, the moment of contact. Then we release the energy.
Yeah.
And then a little twist, and then explosion. So you look at this now. The form is like this, and like this, and like this. People do it like that. If you look at Ip Man do it, it's this way. The box out. And come here, and then not like this. You see that? You turn the hand a little bit.
Yeah. That pop.
In the end, yeah. You will break your jaw.
Yeah. Yeah. That extra pop. I can see it. Makes
We
it
hit the wound nummy like this, man.
right.
You see? We hit somebody like that, man.
Right.
Fuck so. He's here. Chop to the throat, huh?
I was gonna say the target matters too, correct?
No, you hit through the target, man.
But I mean the
Come
target
back. Yeah.
throat.
Oh, yeah.
What do you hit? Eye, bridge of the nose. What do you?
Oh, you can hit here. So if you punch me and I yard bong so I hit here, but also I can hit here. Yeah? But here is here. Okay?
I started getting nervous, thinking maybe I shouldn't ask that question. No.
So like we
goes my
discussed
throat.
before, we'll do it. What we say before. So we can, from very close range, we can create a lot of power. So from here, you just punch and punch. See? 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 But if you do the farting when a punch like that, a proper punch, The Bruce Lee famous in
1-inch punch.
1-inch punch is this way. Yeah,
And do you, what do you hit with what part of the knuckle do you hit?
last two.
You hit last too.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's going up.
Up.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So most of the people, when you punch, it's like, all right, why is Bruce Lee so fast? Huh? So Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon did that, yeah? So the punch. So I find out the secret of Bruce Lee.
Ah.
He's 100 miles out, 200 miles back. You try now.
You're saying faster on the way back.
Coming back. Try again. Oh, yeah, you see it's different. Yeah.
Faster on the way back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Secret of the trade. I'm giving it away. Eh?
Well,
All of it, yeah.
I'm sure there's many more. So yeah, I think one of the good things I like when it's not a sport, you preserve things that the sport can't. You said before, like, it's good for health, it's good for certain things, but I even see in, for example, karate, right? Or jujitsu, we do finger locks. In MMA, you're not allowed to do finger locks. So meaning sometimes the good stuff gets lost in sport.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes people don't realize, they say, oh, there's a lot of ignorance. So if you don't see it in the sport, maybe that's not true. I think you're missing many of these other pieces,
Yeah. So the another difference is the punches. The punches is so one straight line. The punches is not like this. It's here. Yeah. So when you punch, it's very density, very high. But also it's like a diameter. We start from here, so it's the shortest way instead of coming around. Yeah? So you don't see many punches like that in Wing Chun, just from here. And the speed is, so fast. If I block, imagine that. So you do a karate block, yeah? And then, and I punch, we'll be punching you like this. It's a block. Yeah? So if you move back, I'll follow you. So you actually, if I hit you once on the nose, it will hurt. If I hit you again, you hurt more. And it will be already break on, more damage and damage.
Yeah.
But like I showed you, this power we train in here. One of the demonstration, and I did my student punched me, a big guy, and I bam, and I spill mark. We have a lot of footwork, so we don't just stand in. So footwork is to bridge the gap between 2 points. So when we step, we don't, we step and then move the back leg like this. Yeah. So it's like a thrusting forward. So you have the power like this. But when if you're hit by a car,
Yeah.
2 miles an hour, and the damage of 70 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. Yeah? So when we go forward, we go forward like this. We're just stepping the body. And I broke the head guard.
Oh, wow.
And, like the plastic head
Yes, for sure.
And the head guard
Broke.
his nose.
Wow.
And I said, why are you not getting up? When he got up, it's blood everywhere.
Well.
Yeah.
So I know we're going to break a board in just a few. You're going to show us how to, are you going to still demo that?
Yeah.
Before we get to that piece, I always just open the floor just in case there was something we didn't get to talk about, but you wanted to. Are there any other pieces maybe that you want to share before we start to wind down?
There's a lot of keys, even in karate, any other style. All styles are good. But whether you have to believe, don't go blind following. If my teacher say, yeah, you got to do this, and you got to do that, you got to ask the question, why? Why I'm doing this? You know?
So you need to know.
Yeah, and then you got to find out yourself. You know? Why it works, why it didn't work. You know, etc. Yeah?
Very good.
So one of the greatest, Wing Chun teacher and fighter, he taught Bruce Lee. Not just Ip Man. Mainly this guy called Wong Chun Leung, he taught Bruce Lee. Yeah? He's a good friend of mine. And I went to a seminar and said, hey, he's my Kung Fu uncle, yeah? Bruce Lee, my Kung Fu uncle too. And I say, hey, Sisok, Kung Fu uncle, I say, what is the secret? You are the king of Gong Shou, king of challenge. He won most of his fight, never, to make Wing Chun beat every style. I said, what's your secret? He say, Samuel Kwok, you ask me this question. That means you have not fight enough. Fight more. Fight anybody. Fight any style. And that was the best advice I ever had. So I go, okay, my students are all fourth dan, fifth dan, Aikido, Karate, so including 7th dan.
I like what you said about if you're asking me what the secret is, you didn't train enough.
You didn't fight, not train enough.
Fight.
Not fight enough. Because it's experience. You learn the hard way. Next time you don't turn, next time you don't move, bang. Okay, next time you learn clever. I say, okay. I block. Your reflexes is very important. The only way you improve your reflexes is you have to experience.
That's
because ordinary people will say, I punch you. Yeah? I punch you. And he's still there like this. Huh? You look at the movie, look at Benny the Jet, you punch him. Oh.
Yeah.
You look at Bruce Lee, pow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes back to the all questions are answered in training. Well, you have to train. You have to be on the mat. People think that they can hear something and they're going to get this magic gem, and there's no magic gem. You have to get on the
Nowadays, people come in. Yeah. How long before I get a black belt?
Yeah.
Oh, I see you can buy one.
You
That's
can.
quick.
Yeah. But they have to train. People don't have that appreciation for it.
It's hard.
All the secrets are in the
I want to
training.
give up. Because in Wing Chun, the stance like this. And you sit. And, in Hong Kong, they put a brick in between the knee. And you sit in there, and it's so tight. I was a psychiatric nurse for 38 years. Okay? So when I first do this, I said, next day I have to go to work. And I was, oh, my God. It's hard work and hard walk, But it developed so strong, the stance and the kick. And,
I like that.
And this, most important, my advice for the people of Wing Chun and, wake up and learn the secret. I got an online training course. I teach in 32, I've been to 32 countries of school. Yeah. And you got to have the keys. You can, I got an online training course, and like people I haven't met before, and because I show them the keys how to train properly. Okay.
Well, thank you for today. I think, are we ready to break a board?
Yes.
What do you think?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Thank you,
Famous.
Sifu. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. All right, let's do it.
So, Bruce Lee did the demonstration, 2 guys holding it. Okay? Now this is on a piece of wire. From here to here, like I showed you before, is coming from here. And last moment, the wrist. Haste! Yeah?
Very
You
nice.
see the speed.
Very nice.
With the moment of contact, we release the energy. If I tense it and hit you, it'll be like a push. So I'm totally like until the moment. Last moment, you see that.
Thank you, Sifu. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
That's good.